Hello, everyone, and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. I'm with Colton today. Hello, Colton.
Hey Boris, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Kryptonite channel. Let's dive right into it, Boris. What is Synthetix, and can you kind of dive into their project and their coin?
Sure. So Synthetix is one of the first DeFi projects out there. They're really one of the pioneers in DeFi. It's built on the Ethereum network. And they used to be called Havven, but now they rebranded to Synthetix. And it's enabling the creation on-chain of Synthetix assets, and they're called Synths. And what it is, it's making something in the real world exist as a synthetic version on the blockchain. So let's imagine you have, right now they're doing it for fiat currencies. They're doing it for some commodities like gold. And of course, what they would really like to get into is the stock market, for instance, because you could take shares of Tesla or shares of Apple and you could make it a Synthetix version of it, and therefore you could trade it 24/7, you could sell it and buy it 24/7, and you could divide it up in smaller quantities. So let's say that Berkshire Hathaway, the company of Warren Buffett, their stock is extremely expensive because he has never divided the shares. So I forgot what they're trading right now, but it's like $100,000+ for one single share of the company. Well, if you made it a synthetic version, you could divide that by, 50,000 coins, and therefore make it more like $2 or $3 for a portion of that asset. So you can really divide, those assets very easily. It also is an option of binary outcomes whenever you have something that needs a yes or no outcome. So it could even be used for betting. If you bet on, is this guy going to be elected the next president, yes or no? And people, could take a position on what's going to happen, what the outcome will be. The thing is, they were originally governed by the Synthetix Foundation, and now the control has shifted to 3 different DAOs: Protocol DAO, Grants DAO, and Synthetix DAO. So the cool thing about this whole project, though, is that it is very decentralized. That's the main thing to remember. It's sitting on the top of the Ethereum blockchain, like I said. So it is SNX is an ERC20 token, and it's really the trying to represent in a digital form real world assets. That's what you got to remember.
Thank you for that information, Boris. Can we now kind of dive into the history and performance of the coin and the project?
Sure. So the project was founded back in 2018 by Kane Warwick, and they raised $30 million in early 2018. Of course, with that, that was through the ICO, the initial coin offering, offering the first SNX coins. They have 2 other guys that are part of the company, and they're pretty key because one is the CTO, and he used to be the director of engineering at MongoDB, which is a huge database out there. His name is Justin Moses. And then they have Clint Ennis, who's the senior architect, and he was the architect lead at JP Morgan Chase. So they have people with really great experience, on scalability, on making things very large. Because obviously, if Synthetix network has the will and wants to basically kind of not replace the stock market, but offer the possibility to offer stock markets and fiat currencies and all those things, and trade it 24/7. The problem is that at some point, if a lot of people come on board on this project and lots of clients eventually are on board, you need to be able to scale and scale greatly. So having these key people as part of the team, it's very important. The other thing that's cool and makes also Synthetix unique, is the fact that you can trade those synths for one another. So you could trade, let's say you have a synthetic version of Apple stock and you want to trade it for a Synthetix version of gold. You can do that with Synthetix, which is really, really unique and really great. So also things can be done very quickly and very easily with a peer-to contract, P2C trading. So really they've built an architecture. It's really optimum. Really the downside right now is the fact that we're in the bear market. And of course, people are not super interested in cryptos right now. Some of them are in fear that it will disappear. So Synthetix has been taking a bath. It's actually down to $1.55 right now, which is very, very low. It's the lowest it's been whole year. It started the year with $6. So we've come really way, way down. But Synthetix, they use the prefix S in front of it, to say that, oh yeah, this is a synth. So the fiat, it's S euro, S USD, etc. So it's very easy to understand and see what you're doing. And then the whole point, whenever you mint, a new one, it becomes part of the platform debt pool. So it can be increased and decreased, regardless of the value of what's been minted. And the cool thing about it is like it offers the possibility to become infinite, an infinite supply of money. So that's really well thought out, the way they've built this whole network. They have sold over 60 million tokens, raising that $30 million. Out of the 100 million tokens sold in the ICO, 20 went to the team and advisors, 3% to bounties and marketing incentives, 5% to partnerships, 12% to the Synthetix Foundation to fund further development. Last thing is they have their DEX, or one of their main DEX called Quanta. The thing, like I was saying, it's using a peer-to-contract trading. So all trades are executed against a smart contract, which is the reason why it's able to provide this infinite liquidity. Currently, you can buy and trade 13 different currencies and inverse cryptocurrencies. You have synthetic gold and silver, and you have synthetic fiat currency. But like I said, the big thing that would make SNX go through the roof is if the stock market entered the game and was synthesized on this network. The whole-time high was in 2021, and it was it's almost 2 years ago, because it was in February 2021. It was $28.53. The whole-time lows was 3 cents. It was pretty much, after the coin started getting more and more listed. But it was also a bear market at that time. So the market cap currently is $360 million. They have a total supply of 310 million, And currently the circulating supply is 240 million coins.
Thank you for that information, Boris. Can we now kind of discuss what's new and what's in the future roadmap for them?
Yeah, they just released their V3 governance, which makes it a little bit easier for having votes, especially with the fact that since the whole cryptocurrency as a whole, not just Synthetix, but a lot of others have seen people disappear, and a major drop in the number of usage, number of users, etc., etc. They made it easier so that you can still get votes even with kind of a low number of people voting. Now, the price, like I said, has been going down and down, and it's down now to 155, which is also my interest in the coin, because at such a low price, it could be potentially a good entry point. This governance is going to help, but the other thing that's going to help is the Synthetix Perps V2. That second version is going to allow mainly to reduce the fees. So for trading, that's going to help, and that's also making more optimal whenever you're performing those different off-chain Oracle system contracts. So everything used to be on-chain. Now you can do it off-chain, and then there is an 8-second delay on the because it is off-chain. So there's a delay for the pricing provided, for people due to the block times, the creation of blocks. So, so the cool thing is you have the off-chain oracles, and then you have on-chain perps. That's trading is now a viable alternative to centralized options. So it will also help onboard, new DeFi users to Synthetix ecosystem. So it's really gonna help getting more people to start trading. However, like I said, and that's where this whole point of this for this coin to go anywhere really is to monitor and see if the stock market is eventually going to join. And we could be a few years away from this. This is probably not going to happen within 6 months or a year. It could be years in the making. So this is more like a long-term kind of bet, on this. So there's with this new Perps V2, you have a few other things like arbitrage is another possibilities, it offers some arbitrage, meaning that, the price, they change over time. So you have to keep things neutral. If something goes up in price or goes down in price, So there's a few different things that are cool. The great thing that we see is that there's more and more people and addresses registering, and it looks like there is a comeback on the users in Synthetix. So that's a good sign, especially in the bear market when things have gone down so much. There was a surge really in the number of active addresses and new addresses. So I would keep an eye on this to see where we're going.
My next question for you, Boris, is where can we stake Synthetix, and do you have any suggestions on how we should be doing it?
Well, really, there are 2-3 ways to do it. Probably the best way is to do it with Synthetix themselves. The project, you connect your wallet, very easy. Now the rewards, it's difficult to calculate, but technically you're supposed to get almost 55% return, which is extremely high. So, but it varies. It varies based on different things. But technically, it's one of the best coins to stake. Now, always be careful, because when people say, "Oh, I'm 55%," that's great. Yeah, but when you take the price a year ago at $6, and you compare it with $1.55 now, you're like, okay, I'm not so sure that the 55% worked out that well, because if you bought something at $6, it's only worth $1.55. Now, granted, we're right in the middle kind of the bear market, bear market's probably going to last another 3, 6, 9, 12 months, most likely. No one knows when it'll be finished. I think there's a high chance that it's going to be more towards the end of the year than, 3 months from now. But the bottom could be within the next 3 to 6 months. So might not be the bad time, to stake Synthetix. But you can also lend Synthetix on Havven, and they pay you 6%. And you have a few other centralized solutions, which I would not recommend, since, centralized solutions are not very safe. But there's a lot of different things you can do with Synthetix. And like I said, it's a bit complex. I have to admit, it is not super easy, but there are differently videos out there to help you, stake. Be careful. There are also scammers out there that tell you like, oh yeah, come stake your Synthetix with us. We're going to give you like 700, I've seen 700% or something ridiculous like that. And those are scams. You're going to lose all your money if you do that. You'll never see it again. So, but Synthetix, yes, it's probably best to connect your wallet and do it directly on their protocol.
Thank you, Boris. Can we now talk about, what everyone likes is the price prediction. Where do you see Synthetix in the future?
All right. So for 2023, we're looking at potentially going back up slightly above $2, $2 to $3. By 2025, we should be returning around $5, and then 2027 we could be up to about $7, $10, and by 2030 we could be going back to $30, which would be slightly above the all-time high. Now, those are very conservative predictions. However, like I said, if suddenly we see stocks, and we don't have to see the whole stock market, maybe just the most popular stocks, Tesla, Amazon, Apple, whatever. If we start seeing this, I think you can triple these numbers easy. You can see $100 Synthetix, very, very quickly. Very quickly, at the condition that there is also market adoption. Because it's not just making an asset synthetic. You also have to have people, say, okay, I'm okay buying, a fraction of a Tesla share. Some people are not okay with that. They much rather say, I'll buy a real share on the stock market. But the cool thing is now you can start trading 24/7. So if there is a bad news during the night, instead of waiting the next morning that the stock market opens, you can sell the news immediately. So I'm sure traders are going to be loving it. So, yeah, if we are conservative, $30 by 2030. If we are lucky that we see that we can do the Synthetix version of stocks, easily $100, easy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Boris. From my side, that's all I have for today. But if you have anything else, please feel free to add it.
That's it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Colton. We'll see you all on the next Crypto Night video. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.